Of the Balan Holden Cup Thirds Grand Final. Quarter time score 4-4-28 to North Geelong. They lead Bannockburn 2-14.
Great sponsors of the GDFL, Balan Holden.
Oh, absolutely.
And you can see the ads on Channel 31.
Balan and his glorious cars and food.
Yeah, and Dick Philpott as well. You get them all rolled into one out there on that Channel 31 tape. It's beautiful, isn't it, that
Absolutely. Magnificent.
Shows Dick's put on a bit of weight, I reckon, over the years.
Do you think so?
Yeah, perhaps it's just the camera makes him look bigger.
You probably knew him in his youth at Inverloch.
Oh, yeah.
Or Wonthaggi.
He was as buff as wide as a HB pencil.
So the umpire holds the ball aloft. And we're about to start quarter number 2 in the Balan Holden Cup Grand Final. Ball goes in the air. Woodman in the ruck, tap down for North Geelong, won by Walsh, but Bannockburn take the ball forward initially, but Tajani picks it up. Handball back to his teammate. Good work, Woodman smothered that kick off the boot at centre half forward. So Bannockburn now, umpire giving them an opportunity to get it out. Elsie grabbed the player without the football. Finally handball out by Welsh, and away go North Geelong through key towards centre wing. Numbers here certainly with Bannockburn, picked up there by Dillon. He's immediately tackled, didn't hear the player coming from behind him, and perhaps not a lot of talk by his teammates, but he's scrambling at the moment. Now there's a whistle on play. Player held without the football, said the umpire. And a pretty scrubby kick there from Arundel and towards half forward. Goes back from whence it came. Well, it was almost a throw, I would have thought. Umpire agreed, actually. A bit stiff, Charlie Dickers, but the umpire right there had it on two hands and basically threw it forward. Looks like it's coming back to Elsie. No, he's not going to get the kick. It's
Brady Watts.
Brady Watts.
He fired up the hand pass, but Elsie got it down towards the half forward. On the lead, beautiful mark taken by Jared Bryan. JB's got it. He's outside the 50. Kicks inside 50. It's 1 on 3, 1 on 4. Perhaps the ball bounced in front of the intended target, which was Nathan Peoples. Chooker out there on the lead. Good enough to pick it up and run around and kick on the left foot towards centre half forward. Great tackle applied. Hand pass come out there from Kane Schwenderson. Got out of the pack. Kick off the ground. Well done, the defenders down there. It might have been Booley. Got a kick off the ground. Out towards half back it runs. Lee Perkins running towards the football. Ran into his opponent there, but forgot the footy. Picked up by, that was Van Creeken. He goes around the corner with the left foot kick close to the fence. And
he had loose players out there too, and he had to keep it in the field of play.
It wasn't a great kick, was it? And actually, it went too close to the fence and actually went out of bounds as Big Woodman's done to do the ruck work here with Chris DeBean. Ball thumped back down towards the boundary umpire. After it there, Mitchell Troy. And he does look Michael Rowe, doesn't he?
Oh, yes.
And out of bounds goes the footy. We'll have another boundary throw in with Woodman and Chris DeBean doing the ruck work.
So DeBean in front. Gets a lovely tap down to Troy. He can't get away with the football. Picked up there by Perkins Lee. He goes for the boundary with the handball and bit defensive at the moment as the ball handed back to the boundary umpire. 2.5 minutes gone. Second quarter. No change to the quarter time score. North 4-4. Bannockburn 2-2. Nice tap down there by Woodman, but Elsie, lovely tap forward. Unable to pick it up for Bannockburn. Comes to Perkins. He's immediately tackled. Handball, well, came out to Van Ingen. Was a bit hot. He's tackled a bit high. The umpire again agrees. As the umpire, what's he going to do? Free kick. Taken there by Van Ingen. Goes towards centre wing. Player vacant on his own. Brad Watts takes the mark. Handball over the top looking for Perkins. No, it's not Perkins. In fact, it's Broom. He's immediately tackled. Dispossessed. Comes out to Van Creeken. That's a better looking kick from Van Creeken. DeBean unable to take the mark. Oh, good pace there. Goodness me, that's Michael Rowe for sure. Brilliant pace there, Mitchell Troy. And a kick off the ground. Goodness gracious me. It was Michael Troy. He's kicked it from 25 metres out off the ground and has kicked a wonderful goal. Well,
he's had about 3 possessions there because he kept them kicks. He had 2 toe pokes along the ground. Then the third one was the soccer star centre forward step, and through it went. Great goal, great persistence by Mitchell Troy.
So 5th goal to North, 5-4-34. Lead Bannockburn 2-2-14, and that's 4 minutes into the second quarter. And great solo effort.
Oh, terrific, wasn't it? Just kept running and running. He knew if he bent down to pick it up, he was going to get lumbered, and just kept toe poking it and getting that bit of pace, getting a bit further away from his opponent, and eventually set it up so he could throw the boot at it, threw the boot at it, and through she went.
So is it another goal kicker? He's kicked 40, that's 47 for the season. So they've got a few good goal kickers north, and they're all to the fore today.
They've got plenty of firepower. That was DeBoon got that one down. Out of the centre it comes though from Bannockburn through the agency of Lee Perkins. Didn't go very far. Looking up there for Dennis Biskin. He couldn't quite handle it. Got caught behind on that occasion. The kick came back, but beautifully chopped up in the centre by that was Perkins again. Fired a hand pass across. They got some run now as Dean Perkins has got it. Short of centre half forward. Kicks a good kick in towards half forward. Is that a free kick? It is for mine. I think the arms were taken and the push was given there, and the free kick will go to Matty Walpole, who's within kicking distance. Good move that from Bannockburn. Good, both Perkins involved. Walpole knew he was a long way out, so he went for it right to the goal line. It's punched down, kicked off the ground by the big pillars. He came through Charlie Dickers, but unfortunately it hit the post.
Yes, so behind, off the boot there of Dickers. So that's 2-3-15 Bannockburn, but they trail North Geelong 5-4-34.
Jared O'Neill walking past us. He's got that shoulder well taped now. We'll see if he comes back on the ground a little later on.
Well, Todd Elsey kicked in, wasn't a great kick, but fortunately for him, it's been touched just inside the field of play. Looked like Elsey, although just hard to pick them up at the moment. Not used to seeing him in defence, but the ball now thrown in, half forward flank for Bannockburn. Good work there by, that was Lemaitre, but North Geelong at ground level doing pretty well until, well, there's a player held without the footy, no, said the umpire, and to the kids' credit, they're pushing the ball clear all the time, and Dylan now on centre wing picks it up back towards the half forward flank, but dropping back in defence is Jared Cox. It's either a mark or it's out of bounds on the full, and North Geelong with the footy. So good work there by Cox. Long kick towards the centre wing. North Geelong, well, they just can't pick it up, Arundel, but finally it's toward the boundary once again. Key, can he keep it in? He can't. And at the 6-minute mark of the second quarter, North 5-4, leading Bannockburn 2-3. Ball about to be thrown in.
Nick Arundel doing a good job in defence. He's a straight ahead defender for North Geelong. He's carried the ball a few times out of defence now. The ball is put back into play. A lot of players over at ground level. Little hand pass didn't get anywhere. Now here's one come out to Lee Perkins, but he couldn't get clear. It's pretty hot out there. North Geelong a chance now. No, tackle, beautifully done. That was Jane Swins in a bit of trouble there. Bannockburn have won the footy. Kick it around the boundary line. It'll bounce inside the line of play, and we'll see a ball in. Half forward flank, Bannockburn going into attack.
Interesting else, he looks as if he's playing some sort of a spare man in the back half role at the moment.
Okay, Walsh does the ruck work. Dickers wins this one down, comes down to the ground, and here's a chance. Lee Perkins, he's thrown off the footy just as he's about to get a kick picked up by Van Kreuken.
Oh, that's a
lovely
better kick.
left foot kick from Van Kreuken towards the centre wing. Is that Peoples? I think it is out there.
Peoples.
Chooker's got it. He goes on the left foot towards half forward. The lead was on. Back of the pack. Here's a chance. Kick it off the ground. So he did. Mitchell Troy just kicked the goal on that a minute ago. He's got it within about 30 metres of goal. Receives a hand pass out of the pack. That came from DeBoon. Troy kicks it in towards the goals. He's way up line. He's missed everything, and it's out of bounds.
It's actually touched off the boot, I think, Cookie, and that's caused that to skew out.
Okay, we'll forgive him for that one then.
So otherwise it would have been out of the full.
Otherwise it would have been on the full, yeah. So it was touched off the boot.
So 8 minutes into the second quarter. Ball deep in attack here for North Geelong. Numbers back there with Bannockburn. In front, the big fella, DeBoon. Ball comes to the back of the pack, sliding to the ground. Handball goes out to DeBoon. He's immediately tackled, picked up by Peoples, hooked it around the body, but it's touched right on the line. So another behind to North Geelong as Peoples gets his first behind, even though it was off hands. 5-5, 35 North, 2-3-15 Bannockburn, and we've been playing 8.5 minutes.
Arundel was in that play again. He's having a good second term. The kick in comes out looking for Tim Lemaitre. Couldn't quite hang on to the mark. Was punched away. Got close to the fence. Goes round the corner from our commentary position. It's gone out of bounds. I think it has. And we'll have a boundary throw in probably 55 metres out from goal.
Lemaitre took a second or two to get up there. I think he took a pretty heavy knock in that contest.
I think he might have. Up they go. Bid Devine does the ruck work for North Geelong to the ground. He gets it. Got it there towards Elsey. He's in a bit of trouble. Got a hand pass away, but he run out of space. It's over the boundary line for another boundary throw in. Probably 45 metres out from goal. So they've worked at 10 metres closer of North Geelong. And here's Eric Nichols to see if he can see it round the corner where I can't.
Yes, so 45 metres from goal. Boundary umpire, this is good to see the young boundary umpires come in 10 or 15 metres. Good throw in there. Up high there was Swennerson. Tap to advantage for North. Picked up by Perkins. Immediately tackled. That was Perkins Lee. The ball coming, well, picked up there by Peoples. That's smothered off the boot. There's some fantastic defensive work there, Cookie. And this is great to see in kids learning these little skills, they call them. But by gee, they're handy.
Yeah, there's been a couple of good smothers in this game. That was a good one too, because might have been Peoples going in the centre of the ball into the goal square there. It was smothered off his boot. This throw in is not quite as good, but Debean wins the knockdown for North Geelong. Bannockburn looked to have a few numbers here, but they can pick up. Kick got no left foot, so he bangs it onto the right foot, and he spiraled the ball over the boundary line on the full. And I think it was Rowan Padani who put that one out of bounds. And Key takes the free kick. Been a good player. Let's have a look at this kick. He kicks it a bit close to the boundary line for mine. Hooked it a little. Up they go. No one able to take a mark. High flyer was Elsie. Tier 2 was Jared Bryant. JB couldn't get hold of it. It's gone out of bounds. We're back to where we were. So here's Eric Nichols again looking around the corner.
See Daniel Key in front of us. He is a Key for sure, isn't he?
Oh, dear.
So the ball now just outside forward 50 for North Geelong. Ruckman, they're bit of a contest there. The free kick is going to go to North Geelong. They get a bit pedantic down, boys, don't they? Both ruckmen infringe on most occasions. They pick one out somehow. So free kick Bannockburn is taken forward there by Lemaitre to the centre of the ground. Numbers with Bannockburn. Almost a good mark there by Grossman. Couldn't control it though. Picked up there by Dillon towards centre wing. Oh, Tajani just took it off his opponent. Lovely control kick to Swennerson. He goes out wide to Key. On the favoured left foot, back towards full forward. In good position there, almost the mark. Troy didn't know where it went after it hit his hands. Picked up there by Arundel. He's thrown to the ground. I tell you what, it's hard and tough in there. And 30 metres out directly in front of the North Geelong goal. Bannockburn defending stoutly at the 11-minute mark of this second quarter. But they trail 5-5 to 2-3.
Margin 20 points. Umpire sets it free again. North Geelong seem to have numbers around the ball here. Chance for Luke Van Kregen. Couldn't quite pick it up. Went back to Arundel. He picks it up. He's had a good quarter. He fires this one right to the teeth of goal. Back with the flight of it. And a mark taken by Elsie. Too easy. He had a couple of opponents around him, but they didn't seem to want to get too close to him.
Bit of senior experience, I reckon, there. Like, he just held his opponent out with his body, and they're the sort of things that often you don't see in kids' footy, but this fella's learned in a couple of games, I reckon, in the seniors.
Well, distance not a problem. He's only 15 metres out from goal, if that. He's on a fairly tight angle. For a right footer, he should just kick it. And he has. Todd Elsie kicks his second goal of the day. And North Geelong have got their, I think, sixth on the board.
Yes, well done. 6-5-41. They lead Bannockburn 2-3-15. We've been going 12 minutes into the second quarter. And I think you hit the nail on the head in the first quarter, Cookie. Physical strength is North Geelong's forte. There's a few light bodies for Bannockburn. They're really getting pushed off the ball pretty easily.
There is. An interesting thing with North Geelong, I was talking to their team manager before the game started, and the North Geelong legend. You want to know who he was?
Oh, it'd have to sound like a Birch.
Gary Birch, got it right in one guess. Yeah, he said that there's only 4 of this team go up next year.
Is that right?
Most of this team, and he said just about the whole back line is the under-16 back line of last year. So that's a good effort, isn't it?
By the same,
so young.
There should be 1 or 2 perhaps looking at senior selection, Elsie particularly.
Oh, definitely. And this bloke goes all right too. Can he pick it up? Peoples, he couldn't quite do so. Worked the ball towards half forward. Went back after it again. He went back after it again. Got a few around the beat. One of them was Rowan Padani. The ball came out though, and North Geelong had numbers. Kicked back into the centre. Awkward one. Tajani picked it up nicely. Got a hand pass away there to Swennerson. He was in a bit of stripe. Swennerson tackled, lost the footy. So too there tackled Zach Hickleton well up the ground. He lost the football as well. Pretty Pierce out there. Kicked it off the ground by Swennerson of North Geelong. Kicked it off the ground again that time by Nathan Peoples. It's still in play. It's half forward for North Geelong on the far side of the ground. Padani's got the footy, got a hand pass away to Big Pilot. He runs through half back and kicks, and he finds, beautifully done to Tim Lemaitre.
So Lemaitre inside the centre square, handball to his running teammate there. Lovely left foot control kick, but good defensive work. Ball to the front of the pack, but good roving there by Broome.
Beautifully done.
He heads towards forward 50. A long kick inside 50. Nobody back in the goal score. Oh, fantastic defensive mark by Ryan Irwin. almost in the goal square, and relieves the pressure. He's got a player on his own on centre wing. This is Rath, takes the mark and hits the ground running. He's kicked it towards centre wing, and it's a downfield kick, and advantage paid. Mark taken, and away he went. That was Bryant to full forward, and here's Todd Elsey again. And he's all class, this kid, isn't he?
He knows a bit about playing footy. He's going to be a very good player for North Geelong seniors next year, I'm sure.
So he's taken the mark 40 metres out from goal, 45-degree angle. We'll have a good view of the kick. He's already kicked 2, and the nature in which he's handled kicking for goal in the first quarter and a bit so far would indicate he'd had every chance of kicking this goal. Lines him up.
He's 2 from 2.
Good approach. Do the lorry to Goldie here. Well, it's started right and stayed right, so that's a miss. 2 goals, 1 off Elsie's boot, but it is 6 goals, 6-42 North Geelong. Lead Bannockburn 2-3-15, and we've been playing 15 minutes in the second quarter.
Paddy Dillon about to bring the ball back into play. North Geelong playing his own defence. Dillon gets the lead from Jay Mace along the boundary line. He elects to ignore that. Kick it back in towards the corridor.
Ooh,
it had to be good. Them. It didn't drop. It didn't hold the mark. It spilt luckily to Lee Perkins, who might get his teammate there and was taken out of trouble there. Little kick was smothered. Grabbing the football, Zippy wanted it, was Swenninson. Went to hand pass over the top, didn't, and then went the shot on Yarl and put it into the netball courts and out of bounds.
No, what's he doing here? He's paid it down the ground, or what has he done?
I don't know.
No, he got put down after he kicked the footy, but the umpire put the hand up. I wasn't too sure what he was doing. He's just setting the mark for the kick in.
Bit of a shuffle around at half back here too. Two players getting into the spirit of finals football. And the free kick going to go to Paddy Dillon up the Swenninson, put that one out of bounds on the full. Mace again leads down the flank, and again he ignores him. He goes towards the big fella from behind Pilot. Crashed the pack when he couldn't take the mark. Got it down to Dickers. Dickers bangs it on the right boot, goes up towards the centre wing position. Coming out, that might be Fletcher. Couldn't handle it for North Geelong. He's got a bit of support though as Nathan Peoples picks it up. Cleverly keeps the ball back in play. Up goes Fletcher, knocks the ball forward for North. It's at centre wing. Mace finally gets his moment of glory as he runs after the footy and looked at Peoples as if
boys will be boys.
And Mace is a fair bit smaller than Peoples, and Peoples just pushed him away and said, throw it inbound round umpire, and he does on the centre wing.
Lovely tap down for North Geelong by Welsh. Umpire, calls play on. Pretty good tackle there. Handball came out to Broom. Broom towards half forward. Pretty scrubby kick and gives the defence an opportunity. Tajani. Where's he going to go? Across the ground. See Swenninson on his own. Diving forward. Takes the mark. He's got, that's a lovely control kick. The lead has come from deep in the half forward flank from Van Kreugen. Player on his own at half forward. Goes back to him. Play on. Handball to Key. He's running. Long left foot kick. At the back there. Mark not taken by Troy. Carr looks for handball. Can't get it clear. Comes back again. Has another go at it. Just about kicking in danger there, but they do well. Oh, there's a lucky little kick. Player held by the arm, dropped the ball onto the foot, which you've got to do to clear it, and in the way to take the mark. Todd Elsey, 20 metres out, 45-degree angle. So perhaps luck is a fortune, but when it's running your way, you take it all, Cookie.
It was Brady Watts, the red-header there, that got the boot on it as he dropped it, but
terrific work.
A bit of justice because I think that Nick Arundel should have got a free kick.
Kicking in danger
and over the shoulder, anything you like. Had a good quarter, Arundel. He was involved in that play that got them forward just a second ago to get them into attack North Geelong.
So Elsey 2 minutes ago kicked it behind. He's much closer this time on the opposite side of the ground. Moves in. Good looking approach. Goal umpire really doesn't have to move too far. The crowd behind the goal are pretty happy. So's the goal umpire. And that's 3 to Todd Elsey and 7 to North Geelong. 7-6-48, leading Bannockburn 2-3-15 at the 18-minute mark, and they're starting to slip away, Cookie.
They are, and I think a bit of cream starting to float at the top, Eric. We know that Schwenninson's a very good player, and Elsey, and so too Peoples and Key, but they're also got some good players. Been very impressed with Tajani, Arundel, and Rath's done okay since he come on the ground. They just seem to have more skillful players around the
and
ground.
they can afford now to rest De Boon at centre half forward, and they've got Welsh, who's lightly built but runs and jumps pretty high, and he's doing the ruck work right now and gets the tap down clearly with that run and jump. At under the footy is Swenson. Look for a handball out. Intercepted there for Bannockburn. Good pace there from Watts. Watts towards half forward. And that's a great kick and a great mark. Decides to handball to Watts, who's continued running, but he's going very, very deep on the half forward flank. Does well, kept it in play at the the boundary umpire has signified that it's out of bounds. Did certainly look to be very close to the boundary line there. As interchange of players here as Broome comes off for Bannockburn, and
he got into the game this quarter.
Yeah, young man Melross comes on. So whether that's what's Woodman unopposed. Ruck, he didn't want to take it in case he gave a free kick away. Look away handball there. The kids have got it all by Fletcher. Finally comes out again. This time to Fletcher. Lovely looking kick, and he's found Van Creeken. He goes back inboard. Player on his own there is Bryant. Takes the mark. Decides to play on. Got no one really to kick to, so goes towards the centre wing where from behind Swenson. Can't get the mark. Bannockburn. Player just absolutely steamrolled there. It was Watts, was it? Yeah, it was steamrolled over the boundary line as the siren sounds for half-time. So it is half-time. The Ballan Holden Cup thirds grand final for GDFL, and at half-time the score shows North Geelong 7 goals, 6-48, leading Bannockburn 2-3-15, and only a behind for Bannockburn in that quarter, Cookie.
Yeah, just the one scoring shot and the 1 point on the board, and then it's allowed North Geelong to slip away because they kicked 3 goals to that quarter. Many good players all over the ground. We'll be back to see what happens in the second half shortly.